What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Structure. I'm Age. This is E.
What's up? What's
And
up?
this is the Foundation season
Season
finale
finale.
discussion.
That's
But
right.
before we start, we want to give a big shout out, big thank you to everyone watching, all different viewers from all the way from Canada to Australia,
Much
Philippines, you
appreciated.
name it. Yeah, really cool stuff. But
Yeah. Hey, and real, I want to interrupt real quick because big shout out to Lewis Hamilton. He's going to win the Formula race this weekend, and hence the hat. There's a lot of things going on in the season finale. H, let's get into it.
let's go. Yeah, isn't it crazy? The show started, about a month and a half ago. It's the same
Yeah,
thing we started our show, and it kind of hooked us around what episode 3 or 4. I
it
think
really
three for
picked up
me.
around that
It
time.
really picked up, really hooked us up. Had a really great ending for the season. Can't wait till it comes back. What about you?
Yeah, much appreciated. I enjoyed this first season. There's a lot of things to build
Yeah,
upon.
yeah,
They
certainly.
they actually concluded a few things, so we appreciate that. And it was great acting by all the actors. A great
Great
performance.
cast
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely, absolutely.
No, this episode had a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of symbolism. We're gonna talk about all of that today. We have like the leap of faith that is described at the beginning of the monologue when the episode starts. We're gonna talk about all of these a lot of these characters just being pawns in Harry's game, right?
Absolutely.
Completely. And we finally found out that the clones are not perfect copies of the
Haha.
original Cleon. We're gonna touch on that. I know some of our viewers mentioned that, so shout out to all of you there.
Yeah.
And we finally got that face to face between Salvor and Gale. And then we're gonna give you our final thoughts about the show.
Yeah. So let's start it from the top, the leap of faith. And I'm just going to jump in here, H, real quick, because they start off the show by saying that going to sleep is a leap of faith because your soul leaves you and then it wanders around and you're taking a leap of faith that it will come back to you.
Yep.
And you see a few characters going to sleep throughout this entire season and they take a leap of faith that they'll in some way or some fashion that their soul will come back to them, right? So most immediately you have Gail. She's going to sleep twice in that capsule and she has traveled across the universe and both times she has arrived at her destination intact. But we also see that Salvor in the middle of the night got up.
Takes that leap of faith as well, yeah.
Exactly. She
When she
went.
had that vision, right?
She had the vision, and she didn't. She just followed the vision. She didn't know what it was or where it would take her, and so she took a leap of faith, traveled into the galaxy, and ended up at a destination which we'll talk about later. But she had to sleep for quite some years in order to sync up with the person which we'll talk about later. And the last person that took a leap of faith was Harry because he had Rach kill him, uh, but he went to sleep in his coffin, which his coffin basically took all the particles and all his memories and all his
Isn't it cool how it became the vault? That was
yeah,
a very
for real.
cool scene right there. I really enjoyed that part. And talking about Harry, Harry was playing a game with his psycho history, and all of these characters ended up being pawns from the Emperor to the
Absolutely.
people in Terminus to the Anacreons to the Thespans. So we see how he shows up from the vault, explains that they, although the people in Terminus were not supposed to be revolutionaries, they actually are. He kind of lied about that. He admits to that.
That was his plan from all along. He wanted to make them revolutionaries, and he wanted to start a war against the Cleons
He
because he
wants to
didn't
change
believe them.
the
Yeah,
status quo. Yeah.
exactly. So his big plan was to get some of the powerful nations together, or powerful planets together, which is Thespians and Anacreons, and he created Terminus to go against the Emperor. They didn't know it. Go ahead.
Yeah, isn't it cool when Harry explains why they didn't like each other, the Thesmans and Anacreons? He goes
Yeah.
into the story that the Grand Huntress of Anacreon and a lord or a king of the Thespes, they married, and
Hmm.
the Master of Shadows, with this gotta be
The
some,
Master of Shadows, which we
yeah.
only seen the Master of Shadows with Brother Dusk up until this point. We didn't see him with anybody else, period. But now we know that the Master of Shadows has been around since the
At
beginning,
least since Cleon the Second.
at least since Cleon II, and he has been doing different things behind closed doors. So he's been available to all the emperors.
Yeah, we see that the Master of Shadows actually slits the throat of the Grand
Grand Huntress,
Huntress,
exactly.
and this is where the animosity between these two peoples start.
Exactly. And so they are fighting against each other for 1,000 years, which is the perfect play for a young fledgling emperor so that he doesn't have to worry about fighting two nations. He just has them fight against each other. And that's what Harry points out. So Harry's mission was to get these two nations or planets together.
No, certainly, and we see that Harry planned for all this all along. They now have all the pieces in place. We have the Invictus,
Hmm.
we have the Anacreons, we have the Thespis, and we have the people in Terminus that have the know-how to now build more ships, more build the technology.
They're sharing information, they're sharing
Yeah,
technology, they are growing, and they're not even on the radar of the emperor because the emperor thinks that they're gone. These are the recipes or the ingredients that you need for a revolution. So Harry planned this out from the beginning, and as it was said by Salvor's mother, she didn't know that she was a revolutionary until this episode. A lot of people, some people were excited about it, and some people felt misled. But this was all a part of Harry's plan.
all along. It was Harry all along. And we also find out
Hmm.
that the clones of Cleons are not perfect copies because the main source was corrupted. Wonder
Which
who
is
did it,
amazing.
which in my opinion had to be Demerzel.
Yeah,
And now we know that all the clones that we see are not perfect. They all have their own imperfections. So how can they judge Brother Don? My boy, Brother Don, had come on, man, really?
I told you guys. I said it in the comments. Episode 10, we will see a new dawn. And that's exactly what happened. Unfortunately, not the way that we expected, which was good. I liked the twist. But and we saw another side of Brother Day where he had showed compassion towards Brother Dawn because he saw Brother Dawn as his son.
Yeah, we saw two faces of Brother Day. So we see first that he's we see that he's very um he sees himself as a paternal figure for Brother Don.
Yeah.
He cares for him and he's about to give him a second chance to Demerzel goes and just takes that away
Breaks his neck.
in an act of revenge of challenging him in a way for making her do what she did to Sefer Halima. Very interesting. But we also see that he was very
Yeah.
cruel to Asura on the episode.
Exactly. He was very cruel to Azora because the one thing that any person wants is to know that they exist at the end of their life, know that they had
They
some
matter.
influence
Yeah.
on something, and he took that away, which is worse than death. To know that your existence it doesn't matter, and no one knows that you existed. Exactly what he did to her, and he took away her senses and everything else. So it was the perfect revenge in his mind, in Brother Day's mind, for taking away the innocence of his son, so to speak, which
In
is
a
Brother
way.
Dawn.
Yeah, he literally that flick of the fingers destroy everybody that's ever known her, anyone she's ever had an
It's
interaction
crazy.
with.
Imagine that was you.
Amazing.
Yeah, amazing. I don't think there's been any type of revenge like that in cinema
No,
at all.
and shout out to Lee Pace. He played this character to a T. He really makes
That
us
scene
believe
was
in
really
him.
powerful.
He really made it. He really made that. he really okay, brother. He really made this character. The way he portrayed it, amazing, amazing. So he's been my favorite character of the whole season. I said it before, and I'll say it again. He killed it.
Yeah, big shout out to Lee Pace. Big shout out to all the other actors. Great performance all the way around.
That takes us to a face to face that I've
Yeah.
been waiting for between Gail and Salvor. Now that we know that Salvor is my boy Rage and Gail's daughter.
Oh my gosh. So this is a leap of faith that we were talking about because Salvor took a leap of faith to travel across the galaxy in search of something or someone that she never knew, and she went to sleep waiting for this person to arrive, and she finally did, which was Gale. Gale arrives at her hometown and sees that just like she said, it was covered with water, and there's nobody around, but she finds Gale Salvor's capsule underneath water, brings her back, and they have that moment that we all were waiting for the entire season, where Salvor tells Gale that she is her daughter.
I am your daughter.
I
Very
am your
Star
daughter.
Warsy
If you don't
moment.
believe me, here's the cube.
Yeah.
This moment where they're finally able to connect, and you have two of the most powerful minds in the galaxy, finally forming some type of relationship, even though the timeline is further along. So we got to wait to season two to see how far along the people on Terminus are. But you have finally have the two most powerful minds in the galaxy forming an alliance, and we'll see where that takes them and how that benefits the people of Terminus in season two.
No, certainly, and what a great show. Final thoughts here.
Yeah.
What a great show. I know when the show first started, you thought it was a little slow starting out, but what do you think about the show now?
Oh, I absolutely love this show. We appreciate everybody that contributed to the show. And even though the timeline started a little bit slow, it picked up episode three, like we mentioned, and it just took off. And the way that they developed the characters, I think, is critical. And we're going to see the fruits of that in season two.
Yeah, I absolutely love the show. Such a satisfying ending, satisfying show overall. I really enjoy, especially this episode, that scene where we see Brother Day and Brother Dust fighting. They strike each other.
It was amazing.
It was
It
great to
was it
see.
was completely unexpected. I didn't, and they've never raised a hand to each other. I didn't know that they could. I thought that Brother Dusk was going to get the best of Brother Day because he was kind of shocked when he hit him.
No, he's macking right back to the floor. He got that pimp ham like bam, put some powder in that.
Exactly. What'd you
For
say?
sure. Now,
No.
let us know in the comments what you guys thought about the show, about the whole season. What do you think season two is leading to? What's gonna happen? Are you guys excited to see it? The show's ending, but we are gonna keep the party going.
Yeah.
We're dropping
Dexter.
Dexter this Sunday.
All
Show
the
some
Dexter
love,
fans out there.
and we are also gonna start doing Power
Power
Book
Book.
Goes for those who
Yeah.
are Power fans. We love the show. Great.
Absolutely.
If you haven't checked it out, it's a great show to check out. Power throughout all the seasons where it was great. The spin-offs are amazing. 50 Cent's doing a great show there. And next month we have The
The
Witcher.
Witcher. We're
Those
going
are
to do
calling
that
to
one
your
too.
Witcher for sure.
Yeah, I liked it. So we're going to do The Witcher, and I look forward to what they're bringing. A lot of shows. Hey, if you guys have any suggestions, drop them in the comments. We'll watch them.
Maybe Tiger King. Tiger King might make an appearance.
Yeah,
I don't
maybe,
know.
maybe. What was it? Carol Baskin.
Oh man, that guy, dude, for real.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see more shows to come, and also that Apple MacBook Air review will be dropping soon
Yes.
too.
This man finally drank the apple juice after all those years that he wouldn't go.
Yeah, and
He's
I'm
dragging, kicking, and screaming.
yeah. Each day goes by, I'm loving it more and more. It's kind of crazy. Never thought this would happen, but it's all good. Hey,
No, this is it for the show today. We'll be back this weekend, this Sunday. Uh,
yeah, we appreciate you spending some time with us. And until the next episode, I'm E, and this is H.
and we're in structure.
That's right.